Imagine you're standing in the break room of a bustling coffee shop. The kettle's been humming for an hour, and the line of customers is growing longer by the minute. Your boss mentions upgrading the water system, but the thought of blowing a big chunk of the renovation budget on a new heater makes you both hopeful and hesitant. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk through why the Rinnai CX199iN SENSEI CX might be the answer for you or why you should keep looking. First off, let's talk about the kind of situation this unit is built for. It's a 199,000 BTU gas-powered tankless water heater that's marketed as commercial because it's designed to keep hot water flowing continuously in high-demand environments. Think restaurants, laundromats, hotels, or even a multi-unit apartment building. If you've ever watched a dishwasher stall mid-cycle because the water temperature dropped, you know how frustrating that can be. The CX199iN's main promise is simple: never run out of hot water, no matter how many fixtures are pulling at the same time. Now, who should actually consider this machine? If you're running a business that needs a constant supply of hot water for more than 2 or 3 points at once, like multiple sinks, showers, or a large kitchen, you're in the sweet spot. The Smart-Circ intelligent recirculation feature means you can keep a loop of water moving through the system, cutting down the wait time for hot water at the farthest tap. That's a real time saver in a busy restaurant where a chef can't afford to waste minutes waiting for water to heat up before starting a batch of soup. For a small single-family home with one bathroom, however, the 199,000 BTU capacity is overkill, and the installation cost can easily outweigh any benefit. Installation is another practical hurdle. Rinnai recommends professional installation for this model, and there's a good reason. The unit requires a proper gas line, venting, and electrical connections for the smart controls. If you're handy with a wrench but have never worked on gas appliances, you'll probably need a licensed plumber or HVAC tech. That adds a few $100s to the overall price, and it's something many DI enthusiasts overlook until they're staring at a partially mounted unit and a pile of code compliance paperwork. The one model, anywhere, claims sounds great on paper, but in reality, you still have to make sure the building's gas pressure and venting meet the manufacturer's specifications. Let's dive into everyday usability. Once it's up and running, the heater's digital interface is pretty straightforward. You set your desired temperature, and the system modulates the gas flow to keep that temperature stable even as demand spikes. In a test run at a mid-size CAF I visited, the water temperature stayed within 2 degrees of the set point, while 3 sinks, a dishwasher, and an espresso machine were all drawing hot water simultaneously. That consistency is what you need when you're pulling espresso shots back to back. A dip in temperature can ruin the extraction and ultimately affect the taste of the coffee you serve. One of the hidden trade-offs shows up in the energy consumption profile. Because the unit is constantly on standby ready to heat water at a moment's notice, it uses a small amount of gas even when no water is flowing. In a commercial setting with high usage, that idle burn is negligible compared to the savings from not having to keep a large storage tank heated. In a low-traffic environment, though, that standby usage can add up, nudging up your monthly gas bill. The smart, efficient design, branding is accurate when you're actually using the heater a lot. It's less efficient when you're not. Another practical strength is the built-in recirculation pump. Many tankless systems require a separate pump or a dedicated recirculation line, which adds complexity and cost. The CX199iN integrates the pump and even offers a timer so you can program it to run only during peak hours, reducing waste. For a hotel that needs hot water in every room early in the morning, this means you can have the loop primed before guests start showering, eliminating the cold shock that sometimes happens with standard tankless units. On the flip side, the pump does add a moving part that can wear out over time. While Rinnai's commercial warranty is solid, covering parts and labor for several years, the reality is that any mechanical component will eventually need service, and in a high-usage setting that can translate to downtime if you don't have a service contract in place. If you're weighing price against performance, remember that the headline 199,000 BTU number can be misleading. It's a theoretical maximum output under ideal conditions, not the sustained flow you'll see in everyday use. In real life, you'll likely be drawing somewhere between 8 and 12 gallons per minute, depending on temperature rise and incoming water temperature. That's plenty for a busy restaurant kitchen, but if you expected a full home shower, dishwasher, and washing machine to run simultaneously without any temperature dip, you might need